to think to myself. Hello. I am a poker vlog. That's tough. What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Rampage here. Hello. My name is Cosma, and I have finally decided to start a poker vlog. I've been playing poker for about a year now, and I finally mustered up the courage to start documenting my journey online. It's a poker vlog. Let's go play some poker, I guess. Jesus. Such a callable hand.
It's such a defending. You can defend the shit out of that hand.
Can he see that? Can you see that? Trying to see if you can see it when I lift it up.
I always want just like you. No, I always want just like you. I always want just like you.
So here's the first notable hand for this session. Kicking things off, under the gun and the button limp around to me. I'm thinking to myself, I can just sense some weakness here and decide to raise it up to $35. And here's my logic. I'm in the bottom of my range, right? But if I can take this down pre-flop, then no one would ever know. If I can get one or two of the players to call, I'm still repping a much stronger hand in the small blind by raising than I would if I would have just flat called. Now all that sounds really great, but I accidentally turned my cards face up here like an idiot. Oh! I decide to eat the cost and I throw my hands into the muck just for being stupid. Unfortunately, the dealer hands them back to me as that would be acting out of turn, so my hand is still in play. Now one of the players that's still in the hand, Dallas, is a good friend of mine. He's a good sport about it and elects to call. The button decides to fold, and the flop comes out ace 10-5, 2 diamonds, and a club. We decide to check it down, and I scoop the pot with my cards face up, going heads up against one of my good friends. Oh my god, I can't believe I won that.
Sir, well played. It's so funny.
If you break, obviously, then.
In this hand, there's a button straddle for $6. I'm sitting in the cutoff with pocket 7. Small and big blind fold, under the gun calls, and I bump it up to $25. The button folds, but under the gun calls. So we go heads up to a flop of ace 10-8 rainbow. Under the gun checks, I check. The turn is a 9 of hearts. Under the gun decides to bet $25. Now I'm not quite convinced that he has a better hand than me, so I call it to a river, which brings out the queen of club. Now, under the gun quickly checks to me, and I decide to bet $70. I guess you can call that a bluff, but at the time I was thinking he either missed a flush draw or had a weak holding that's scared of the ace on the flop. Due to us raising pre-flop, it's more likely that we would have an ace in our hand than he would. Under the gun quickly folds, and we take down some money. Button straddle to $6. We have pocket sixes in the small. I call it to honor the number 6, and tie raises in the cutoff to $16. The button calls, and I call.
Alright, well, if it's tie.
I check dark to a flop of 7-4-4, 2 clubs, and 1 spade. Tie checks, and the button bets out $10. I call, and tie calls. Turn is a 3 of hearts. Once again, I check, tie checks, and the button bets $20. I call, and tie calls. The pot's getting decently big, $141, and the river is a 2 of hearts. I check, and tie checks, and the button bets $100. I decide to snap call, and tie folds. I show my pocket sixes, and the villain mucks. That might sound crazy that I called here, but this is my logic. You ever get that feeling where you just feel like something fishy? I had to see what he had. And sure, maybe $100 is too much to really know, but in this case, we were right. So I don't really feel too bad about it. The villain told me that he had pocket fives or something. So we're feeling a little good here. We're getting chips pushed towards our direction, we're building up our stack, and I'll wake up in the big blind with king queen offsuit. Under the gun straddle to $6. Under the gun plus 2 calls, and tie raises it to $12. I call, under the gun calls, and under the gun plus 2 call. We're 4-way to a flop of queen 3-10, 2 hearts, and a diamond. I'm first to act, and I lead out for $20. I don't really want any flushes to get there. Under the gun calls, under the gun plus 2, and tie fold. The turn is a jack of spade. I decide to check, and under the gun checks as well. The river is a 2 of clubs, and now I figure I have the best hand and decide to raise it to $45. And here we have a little interaction on site between friends at the table. Shen Yi misread my bet size as $40 when I made it $45. The dealer, Josh, heard me correctly and comes to my defense.
45.
One too many.
2 more.
One too many.
He said 45.
Yeah.
No, he said 40.
No, he said 45.
It's 45. Josh.
I heard him say 45. I swear you said 40.
Really?
I heard him say 40.
I heard you say
45. Dealer.
Are you guys in the hand? Oh, you're not in the hand? Okay.
If you're ever in a dispute with someone at the table, no matter how friendly or confrontational, just don't make it a big deal. I always just refer to the dealer, or worst case scenario, have the floor resolve the problem. Thank you, Josh. You're a real one. You're a great dealer, action dealer, and if you're ever playing, stay the hell away from my table. You're too good. The under the gun player folds, and Josh pushes the stack towards my stack. Easy game. I really wanted to include this hand because, one, it shows that I don't always win, obviously, but it's also really interesting because, well, let's just get into it, and I'll explain a little bit later. I don't actually remember the pre-flop action. I started recording a little bit after. I'm pretty sure I open here and the big blind calls, so him and I go heads up to a flop. The flop comes out king, queen, 10, 2 diamonds, and a spade. The big blind checks to me, and I down bet to $20. And he raises me to 80. Now, I flop 2 pair here, so I'm not going anywhere with my hand, so I call. The turn is a 7 of club, and the villain just snap moves all in. Now, 9 times out of 10, I would call this. This is an insta-call in my book. I mean, but there was something about this action that was just so strong, I couldn't call. Like, I think I tanked for like 2 minutes here, and ultimately I make the fold. I muck face up, and I'm just like, nice hand. I have no idea. Like, he's never played like this. It just came off as so strong. Pocket kings, pocket queens, pocket tens, I don't know. Either way, I was crushed here. But he shows me that we have the exact same hand. Oh, man. I'm normally, I would put my whole stack on the line for this, but man, I mean, he only had like $300 left in his stack, but he just, I don't know. Would you guys have called that spot? Does that, I don't know. Leave a comment below. Just let me know. I mean, as crazy as I am, I think long term, that was a good fold. Like, oftentimes when they just shove like that, you're never really good there, even with, middle 2 pair. It's just, yeah, I mean, that was just a weird one. I don't know. Maybe if I thought about the hand history, it would have made a bit more sense. But yeah, definitely let me know what you guys think, what you would have done in this spot.
Nice hand.
It's a good fold.
Wow.
I had a queen of diamonds.
Nice hand.
All right, buckle up, boys and girls, because this is some real luck box stuff. Once again, I'm in the big blind, but this time I have 10 deuce offsuit, the Doyle Brunson hand. I check once it limps to me, and we go 4 ways to the flop. Quick disclaimer, I've been BSing all night and table talking with Ty, one of the regulars at the casino, about the damn deuce. Ty's a regular, and he always complains about bad hands, and it's always about the deuce. Queen deuce, 9 deuce, 7 deuce. So naturally, having Ty at the table, I was talking crap about deuces the entire night.
Let's see a deuce on the flop.
Alright, we got 4 players.
The flop comes out 2, 6, 9, 2 diamonds, 1 spade. So small blind checks to me, and I lead out for $15.
Oh, shit.
Under the gun call, and small blind call.
You're good. Oh yeah, we'll do it there, please. We'll do 80 feet and 41. Thank you. 3 players.
The turn is another deuce.
Another dot. I have to bet here.
Small blind checks, and I sized up my raising to $40, all the while talking about how that deuce hits my range. Little do they know that it actually really does.
That's crazy. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah? Look normal today. Smell normal too.
Under the gun calls, then small blind calls, but the rest fold. So 2 people don't believe me still. The river is the magnificent 10 of diamond, rivering us a full house and the absolute nuts. Small blind checks, and I raise it to $150 for max value, and it also looks kind of bluffy, like I'm trying to buy the hand.
Yeah. Sounds like a lot of peer pressure to me.
150.
150 is the best.
Under the gun snap calls and small blind folds. I show him the bad news and scoop the pot.
Oh,
Full house.
you did call for that deuce, didn't you?
I had to bet there. Shit.
Remember that hand earlier with 7 deuce when Shen Yi said we'd have a beautiful moment and I fold? Well, this is the moment. I limp with King 8 of hearts for $3. Shen Yi raises to 20. I call and we go heads up. And the flop just blesses my hand. King Ace King Rainbow.
Yeah, I check it.
Complete luck lock. No food. Luck lock. 30.
Okay. Snap call.
Snap call, huh?
Snap call. Check, check, check.
The turn is a 7 of hearts. He makes it $70 and I snap call.
How much? 70. I snap call.
Now throughout this hand, I'm narrating my thoughts to him out loud, just thinking my process to him. The river is a jack of diamonds, and listen to the on-site dialogue as I calculate the max value here.
Okay, now do I check and then he checks and I lose value, or do I just bomb this river? How much you have? 300?
327.
You said you wanted this moment, right?
From this moment.
Okay, I'll bet 100, and then if you move all in, I'll snap it off. $95. I'm missing a 5.
So sick.
He gets a 5 back. Bro, I was literally telling you my thought process in the hand.
Every time of the week. Dominator. We flop.
Let's go.
I'll wake up with pocket threes in the hijack with action folding to me. I'm gonna open to $15. Lee calls in the big blind, and I'm ready to punt off whatever it takes to get him to fold here.
Don't do it, Lee.
When you're playing with your best friends, sometimes you just gotta throw GTO out the window and win through sheer stupidity. The flop comes out King, King, Jack, Rainbow. Lee checks, and I check. The turn is a 2 of clubs, and again we check around. The river is a queen of hearts, and Lee checks to me. I figure either he's slow playing me or he just completely bricked this board. Regardless, I bet $15 and he snap folds. What an easy takedown with a monster hand. I have Jack-8 offsuit on the button, and I'm just itching to get in the hand with someone. There's an under-the-gun straddle that limps to me, and I call. We go 6 ways to the flop of ace, ace, 7, 2 clubs, and a spade. Action checks around, and the turn is a 9 of clubs. Action checks over to me, and I'm just not feeling like anyone's good here. I bet out for a little bit, $15. Snap folds around, and we take the pot down.
Could be less, but I mean, still, this is like that's.
Hold over. Hey, winner.
Should have bet the flop.
Me?
I do.
You should have.
Full move.
Out of 7.